How hard could planning a skateboard trip really be? You take a couple of our riders, fly them halfway around the world, put them in a van, you got amazing skate spots, everything's paid for. Take some photos, film. Sounds like a good time to me. Well, am I right or wrong? So every year around summertime is the time to travel. Kids are out of school, the weather's beautiful. Time to get out on the road and do some brand promotion, do some rider promotion, make sure the kids see you, make sure the kids can communicate and get a vibe off the riders. It's kind of the purpose of the tours, to get out there and really help the brand, help the riders, help promote the sport.
You know, 3 weeks on the road like this, it's actually at least 3-4 months in the making.
Well, first off, working with Matthew is amazing because Matthew has a handle on the places that we're going to. He's been there, he's dealt with skateboarders before on tours.
Well, my role on those trips is a bit of everything. Just making sure the schedule is respected, just making sure these guys feel comfortable with everything, that they have no problem with like rooms, getting food, money, skating spots, you know, getting water. And I'm just responsible for everything logistically.
We work out spots we want to hit, shops we want to do demos or autograph signings with, and figure out, you know, X amount of days will be set aside for promotions, demos, autograph signings, and then the other days go see some spots, go actually street skate.
My first reaction when someone calls me on a trip, I get really psyched. Trips are seriously so much fun because I love skateboarding and I love going to new parts of the world.
I'd say when I first get called for a trip, I have on and off feelings. Sometimes I'm really psyched to go, sometimes I'm kind of iffy about it, but I usually end up going.
I get psyched because now I'm hopefully going somewhere that I haven't been.
I get to hang out with people I never hang out with, you know, whether that be skating or whether that be at the bar. Yeah, I'm excited about it.
I mean, meeting people is good, but just to like being able to skate new places, skateboarding is what I love most. So going to a tour somewhere is like a little kid going to a little water park or something, you know? I get to go ride all the new rides, ride all the new spots, it's fun.
The architecture of Europe is a bit older and then different than in the US, you know. So it's quite interesting to see like what the architecture has to offer for these guys.
They seem to really enjoy architecture, and they seem to really enjoy building architecture for many uses, as opposed to just, it's here for the public to look at, but not to interact with. So for instance, we show up at that Bilbao spot in Spain. It's better than some of the skate parks right here in Southern California.
So sad. Definitely going to Europe's awesome because there's amazing spots. You get there, you're overwhelmed, you're like giggling like a little kid, like
The best spot I've been on this tour must have been Bilbao. You couldn't even imagine it wasn't built for skateboarding.
Editors edit videos good, so they make it look like it's all high fives and good times, and it is good times, and those high fives did happen. They're not computer animated, but it's like there's a lot more to it than that that's not in the video.
On a 3-week tour like this, waiting is a big thing.
Honestly, it's like you're almost like traveling and just waiting around and just hanging out and stuff more than you even get to skate.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. If you're gonna go to a spot that's like a 10-stair rail, it's not something that everyone can skate, so the rest of us are going to be sat down doing nothing, bored, so you have to kind of like either drink beer or play skate, or you have to do something to occupy your mind, because it's a lot of time just sat around doing nothing.
Yeah, definitely when you go on a trip with a bunch of people, you're obviously not going to be doing what you want to do most of the time, or barely any of the time. It gets frustrating, but you got to deal with it. It's tour.
The ratio between chilling and skating, I would say chilling ends up about 70% and then the skating ends up about 30.
A good 60% of the time chilling.
I don't know, 70-30, 30% skating, 70% hassle.
I'd like to say 50-50, but it's probably like 60-40, whereas you're more chilling than you are skating.
I think about 95% is chilling.
Usually in the morning when we're getting ready to go skate and get breakfast and stuff, there's always like that dude that's last.
There he is! Jesus Christ.
In Belgium one morning, like we were leaving to go to like Germany, and Jereme was just like really late. Everyone was worrying because we didn't want to miss the train. And Jereme finally comes down all like, yo man, we're not gonna miss it, don't worry.
The train's in a half an hour, guys. They're stressing. It takes 10 minutes to get there.
The Belgium thing, I was stressed. Jereme, don't worry, man. We're gonna make it there. 15 minutes, dude. We got plenty of time. I'll give it to Jereme, though. He called it. We made it on time, and we were out. So leave it at that.
I'm right on time, personally. I don't know about you guys. But if I was here any earlier, I'd be waiting on the train. It's pretty much just how skate trips go. Like, there's just a certain position for every person.
Torey's the youngest kid in the mix, so bound to get some grief. Surprised he can get a wedgie. Who else are we gonna pick on?
It's just something that happens. He'll go through it for a while, and then when he gets older, he'll go and do the same thing to kids.
Really nothing I could do about it. Like, I'll just try to get him back, and then like my next punishment will be even harsher. Yeah, these dudes are always pressuring me just to like talk to any of the girls. Like Kristian and Retta are like, yo, why don't you kiss Torey? Like, we'll give you like free product.
If you get the t-shirt, you give him a good one?
No.
The girls didn't even want to do it, and they were like trying to make him do it.
No, pues like.
I don't take it offensive or nothing. Like, all these dudes are just looking out for me, and they're my friends, you know?
Oh my God! Oh my God! Hey, there was no tongue right there. Give him that kiss.
There always has to be one, you know? And he's the young kid, you know? It's gonna happen. But then Baines got it too, hard, from Retta.
Retta. Wow.
Giovanni Retta.
Oh my God, Retta.
Oh, welcome there to Grand Old Cherry London there. Right, boy, right?
Well, Retta naturally, firsthand, is there to take pictures, and he does do that sometimes.
Besides Retta being the photographer, he's also like the team ball buster. Retta will just bust balls all day long. That's what he does.
Radar's other job was just to pretty much take the piss out of Baines non-stop.
I'm Mark Baines.
Me and Baines would come down in the elevator, the doors would open, and there would be Radar. Bainesy boy.
Baines.
Oh no.
Baines.
I can't work with him.
He's like a little guy with a big heart that definitely will, you know, he tests people.
Ecuador.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
He's carried on for 2 weeks, just ripping me to pieces. But I've enjoyed it, it's been quite funny.
Demos in general, always a good way for our riders and our brand to connect with the kids.
Good stuff. High five for that.
You know, obviously, we're skateboarders. We're there to promote and to push the growth of skateboarding.
The demos on this trip has been pretty mellow. It hasn't been like, okay, here's the DVS team, so it's only the DVS team skating.
The demos that we had throughout Europe were a lot more grassroots level, a lot more kid-friendly, to where a lot of these kids got a chance to sit down next to their favorite DVS rider, and it gives them a little bit of a chance to connect with the kids more on a personal level.
Yeah, it's Stoke-on-Trent demo. Huge skate park, like biggest skate park I've been to. I was just hanging out with some kids. They're asking me how to do tricks and stuff. They're like, how high can you ollie? I'm like, I don't know, probably like 6 or 7 boards. The kid was like, all right, well, whatever, and then started stacking up skateboards.
Next thing you know, he's ollieing boards stacked up on their sides. Next thing you know, he's switch ollieing 7 or 8 boards. Next thing you know, we got 10 kids laying down on the ground.
It was kind of scary for me, actually, just seeing like 10 kids just laying out on the ground. Like, what if I hit someone, you know?
Hey, for starters, you should be scared.
Kids were like honored to lay down. Like they weren't even worried about getting hit with the board or anything. That wasn't even on their mind. They were just laying down to like, he's gonna ollie me.
Torey, here we go. You hear the chanting. This is it. This is your time to shine, baby.
it was pretty cool, you know, and kids were psyched on that. I guess it doesn't have to be a certain way or a certain format sometimes. Like, kids are just psyched to see something go down that's different, you know, and it happened to be that day.
Lurkers on every tour. Always gonna have them.
Lurkers is someone who lurks around. If there was someone just sitting right here, right now, for no reason at all, he'll be a lurker.
Yeah, I'd say that happens pretty much on every tour. You're gonna get some random person, like, shouldn't be there, but just giving you a hard time and just, like, either drunk or a little hood rat, like, on a bike.
They get excited, they get in the way, they cause trouble.
We're in Sheffield and there's a bunch of little kids, not a bunch, but like 2 or 3 little kids that are just kind of lurking around the area. They're riding their little bikes and they're trying to ride on the bank and, you know, just little kid stuff.
I say they're about like 10, 11 years old, just like yelling like my name.
Chill, man.
Torey, what kind of name is that? Like, it's a girl's name, and I'm just like laughing at it, like, this dude don't know any better.
You know, it kind of adds a little spark to the day, something to laugh about. People want to see these guys in a no-hassle environment, hence no outside kids, just the bros and the pros.
Usually on like a trip like this, people get together like a private session for us, close down like the skate park. It feels cool though, you know, like, damn, you guys are really like, you know, letting this place open just for us to skate it. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, there's definitely a big pressure with just going on trips because you're only going to be at the spot for however long you're going to be there. If you get kicked out, you're probably not coming back. So if you're like spending an hour, hour and a half trying to do one trick and you don't get it, you're going to be pretty bummed for the rest of the day and you're just going to want to go back, but you're not going to get the chance to go back there. So it's definitely stressful.
It can be frustrating if you're trying something and you really want to get it. It's not like when I'm at home, I can just know, whatever, I'll come back next week or I'll practice it and come back 2 weeks later, you know? It's like you gotta get it that time.
I can see your eyes from here. And I can't see anything in between. Everything I thought I ought to know about you has vanished like the snow when the sun comes out. There's nothing but green lights from here. Nothing but empty roads. You and I gonna drive ourselves out of this town in a 1989 black Mercedes-Benz.
At the end of a 3-week trip, especially this trip, everyone was just hyped. We're finally going home. I was pretty psyched too, like it's been a long trip, but I know like once I'm about to get home, I'm just gonna be like, man, I wish I was back in Europe.
Partying, sleeping in hotels, traveling, skating hard for 3 weeks. My body is wrecked. I'm over this.
At the end of the tour, it's always a bit weird, but it's such a rewarding thing to have guys still smiling on the last day and enjoying the last bit of time they have here.
I was not really into doing any tours. I was like, I couldn't be bothered. And this tour is the first tour that I've been on for like quite a long time. I didn't expect myself to enjoy it as much as I had.
Along with the rough parts of the trip that you don't enjoy, there's just the overall package of like, I went to Europe and I went to all these different places, and like, you'll always have that in your memory banks.
When I look back on these trips, I definitely look back at the places and the cultures and the people I've been surrounded by. It feels like an honor and blessed to be able to do this. It's great, man. I wouldn't have any other way.
You get that on film?